to the Jacks for GT channel today, and we're going to be doing another daily race at Dragon Tail Seaside, one of the favorite tracks in Gran Turismo Sport as we prepare for Gran Turismo 7. Thank you all for tuning in. Glad to have you here as a part of our journey. Today we're still racing in the AMG GTR3, one of my favorite vehicles to drive. Extremely sophisticated vehicles. Supposedly has rear wheel steering, which I don't think is in the game, but is actually a feature in real life. So, and of course the favorite of the great Lewis Hamilton. So today, let's see who we have on the grid. We have us Aegis Loco. And if you guys watched part 1 of learning how to race GT, prep for Gran Turismo 7, you'll see that probably the rivals that I had throughout that match. So we're going to see how he does this time. So here we are, coming into turn 2. I'm in the 5th slot there behind RDX PDX, and let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, all right. Yeah. So I don't know exactly whose fault that was. Let's take a let's take another run at it and see how this goes. All right, so I'm following behind RDX PBX, and let's see. A little squirrely there. I mean, I try to take the inside, and he is on the racing line, and yeah, nah, I sent them into the shadow round. So that was definitely all me. But he recovered nicely, so kudos to him for being able to maintain the position and not get passed by too many people. So apologies, RDX. Good luck in the race. So let's check back in on myself, Jax here, following behind Aegis Loco. And this race here was kind of aggressive. You'll see some aggressive racing and a little contact there, and I think that's pretty legal. I know Aegis is like Jax is back again, but we'll see if we can keep him behind us. And up in front there, we have the Legend of Troy. Oh, yeah, got a little wide there. So, on the pole now in 3rd position. Coming around the turn back to the starting grid. So, we take it a little too wide, and Aegis Loco on the inside. Nice move. Way to capitalize on the mistake coming back from around the home stretch. So myself in 4th place. Let's check in on RDX behind and see how he's doing here. And he gets through there pretty clean. That's a pretty tricky corner to get just right. You got to be on the throttle, coming up the hill, go half throttle, and then back on the throttle. So we're coming back into the right turn. I take it nice and close there. That was really close. So me and Aegis Loco are just battling for position. That looks like a good battle to be had there. So let's check back in and see how things are progressing with myself. So right alongside Aegis Loco here, and we're both coming, down the hill, neck and neck. Wow, this is a race. All right, and I come in, and Loco nudges me out the same exact way that I did him on the previous lap. So kudos to him. Now we should be even, and we're back to square one. So RDX also gets the position back, because I definitely abused him in the beginning of the race. So good for him. Oh my God. So yeah, that's the swivel technique is just having me. Oh my God, great move by RDX, but he loses it. He just loses it. We all lose it. So let's take a look here. Let's back up and see what exactly goes wrong. So we're all coming around the turn. RDX, I think he goes for a nice move, but he doesn't hold it together. If you can see right there, let's do a quick walkthrough. So we have the walk mode. I like this feature. And I'm looking forward to, the replay system in Gran Turismo 7, as well as adding some, overlay features, so that we can kind of all take a look at our races a little bit better. So he has the inside here. This is very nice. Um, Loco is outside and I'm right behind. So let's see what kind of happens, because it looks like RDX is in position to take third. So back to the race. And yeah, rookie mistakes, all of us. Handing out awards left and right. So that's what happens when you're a noob, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we're still in the race, and we get overtaken by none other than Chico Miguel. A bit of a battle between myself and Chico, and I don't know who really wins it. We're just gonna find out because you know as well as I do. Anybody that's new to the game is that nobody wants to lose, right? So we tend to press a little bit, and you can see me and the Legend of Troy definitely pressing. He's trying to rewrite history and show Agamemnon that Troy is nothing to be messed with. So he's definitely trying to achieve victory here. Great racing, I would say, on his part. He's trying to confuse me in my rearview mirror. He's trying to go for an outside move. I maintain the inside pretty well. I think I take the corner pretty well, and Chico Miguel's out in front. So good racing so far. We're coming up on the death chicane. Let's see, from Troy's angle, right behind, maintaining great position. I'm behind Chico. Coming around the stretch, we crossed the 100 board on the left here, braking point. Very nice turn on all fronts, I think, from all three of us. So let's see who's behind Troy. Yeah, it looks like Ed Starr is pretty far back. So there's a consistent battle for third place between three cars, and this is interesting. This is always when it gets pretty fun. So Troy is he's press, and yeah. So I know he didn't want to be in that position. He really wanted to be in third, but now he's inverted, looking back at Itzar and wondering how that happened. But cheers, mate. Maybe we'll see each other at the pub, have a beer. So back to the race. Between myself and Chico here. All right, coming up on this sharp right turn that leads into the series of Estes. A little squirrely, doesn't take it too bad. Both of us are holding it pretty well. Coming into this left speed turn, sweeping turn back into the right. The S's, these are tricky to get right. You kind of have to use the rumble strips on both sides. Use the rumble strips on the left to push you into the right. Allow the car a little contact there. Chico didn't like that too much. He knows I'm there, obviously, and he's trying to, maintain his position. He brakes extremely hard. And I don't know. I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. It's one of those things. It's hard to judge. I mean, braking is particularly tricky to get right when somebody's running close behind. And, I'm definitely putting some pressure on him here. So at this moment right there, all right, he's braking. You got the 50 board up on the left, which is a hard braking point for this right turn. But I think he brakes a little too hard. So I'm braking casually because I have more distance to cover to the actual apex of the turn on the right there. So this is kind of what happens when you have somebody following you. This is what I'm learning. And the professionals, the pros, the more seasoned guys can tell you much better than I can that you got to be wary of being too hard on the brakes, because someone in behind you is going for the same racing line that you're trying to take. So let's see what happens here. We're gonna go slow motion. All right, so I'm trying to dip inside. I see Chico's going for a wider line. He's trying to defend, but at the same time, I'm probably coming in a little too hot there on the brakes. He's hard on the brakes, like I said again. So being hard on the brakes, someone behind you more casually on the brakes, because I have the more inside track as well, and he's trying to take a more rounded approach to the apex. So let's see, no contact, maybe contact right there. Might have been a little bump. Okay, yep, little bump. So it spins him, and now he's trying to maintain the turn, but he's not counter steering, and you can see his tires. Let's look at his tires here. And like I said, we're trying to learn, so any opportunity to take a moment to see what's going on, let's all do that together. So his tires are actually turned as if he can still make that turn. It's basically pointing him in the direction of that barrier right there. Whereas his tire should probably be turning a little bit more left at this particular point to counter gravity that is pushing his um, rear end out on the turn. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and go back and walk it back to full speed. All right. So coming into the S's, we're together there, and he tries to. It's obviously it's a lot of paint being traded. So at this point, yep, a little bit of contact, and yeah, I did him dirty, but it was unintentional. My apologies, Chico. But got to be careful braking coming into the depth chicane because that's a hard right turn. If somebody as close as we were following each other, you got to be wary of inadvertent contact, which happened just now. So, Chico's probably really upset. Hey man, I just wanted to get on and get a race in. It was a competitive race, but at the same time, we're trying to learn together. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed demoing this for you. Next, I'll be looking at what features in Gran Turismo 7 that that possibly will be implemented. I know they've been very quiet in terms of the online aspect, but I'm looking forward to racing, breaking down different nuances of the game, learning together. If you guys also have any type of content that you want to see, maybe racing in terms of cone markers, traction control, driving lines, braking paths. I'll be trying to put some content like that together as well. But like I said, GT7 is right around the corner, so we'll be putting out a lot of content once we see GT7. So thanks again for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to see more content as well along the journey. So we're all learning together. Have a great day, everyone, and looking forward to seeing you on the track. Signing off, Jax for GT.